Sitting up with Mishka after the training today. We lost 1.3 litres from your little FIP tummy. And been sitting by her food bowl down on the floor. It's a bit cold down there, so I've moved it up onto the bed floor. Only being allowed a very small amount. That little paw is very fat. I read tonight on the Facebook forum about Fancy, who unfortunately had a stroke. She's a really little kitten, much littler than Mishka. Mishka's, adult size now. She's in cat terms she's 23, in years she's 18 months, but now she's a lot bigger, a lot tougher. As tough as Burmans get anyway, obviously not bulletproof like my tawdy cat. But anyway, so Mish had a drainage, but we took the precautions of, the vet actually put 100 mils this time in subcutaneously, which is why she has a few blood shots on the right shoulder, not that one, the other one, and two fat little paws, because the fluids tracked down into those arms there, if you will. And that's good, because that means it's a depot. She doesn't need that fluid, so she's still got it there. When her body wants it, it'll use it. And it prevents her going into shock. Or her blood just thickening, because Fancy had a stroke after her drainage. So I don't know whether they used any supportive measures like this to make sure that her blood volume was supported. Because a stroke is basically when your blood clots internally, usually, and it bleeds. Anyway, and the other thing is you'll notice what she's sitting on. We must discuss this with the cellular stuff as or redistributed or whatever that multi-level marketing. But you do your homework anyway. So the homework says fish on my blankie. This is actually my blankie. And it's beautiful organic cotton with silver thread woven through it. And for a cat that's sick and indoors a lot, it reconnects them basically to the electrical charge of the earth. And most importantly, only if you plug it in here, that's conductive. And that's obviously that's a button arrangement. If you plug it into the earthing socket of your wall, excuse the mess, over there, that's my charger, the camera, but that's the socket, and obviously you don't turn it on because it's a non-electrical appliance. It's actually just the earthing that we're interested in. You can rig up one yourself. You don't have to spend money. You can just go and get anything, a piece of tin foil, for God's sakes, a baking tray, anything like that, and hook some leftover wire up to it and run it out the window and stick the other end in the earth, and that's it. It separates the red blood cells. They get the negative charge, and negative and negative will repel each other, so they're supposed to have a charge on the outside, and they're supposed to zoom around quite happily in your bloodstream, charged, and not bumping into each other. The charge will keep them nicely separated instead of in little clotty clumps. And you can see this quite easily on a live blood cell. I'll put the link up somewhere to David Wolf's. I met him at a conference in Byron Bay, which is like a closed session for just very few people, and it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So she puts a little pause on that, reconnects to the earth, and it's just a more natural state than being stuck in a carpeted box indoors. You finished, that's it, is it? Having stood there and waited for dinner, you now just want mouthful? Leave the dressing alone, woman. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we don't want any more midnight. Actually, it's now 2 a.m. in the 2 a.m. drama. We are listening to Kerry Lou and Camper Camp, some nice, great music. Our brains focused on something other than drama. Okay, we're obviously happier now. We've had a whole mouthful.